Hello everyone, Ben here, and we have 15 minutes of multi-class ranked racing for you here at Daytona in RaceRoom. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while, and the race itself definitely doesn't disappoint. So, rolling start, new addition to online in RaceRoom, and we're already underway. Two classes of car, the GTEs and the GT3s. We're in the PlayStation liveried BMW M6 GT3, starting in 4th place in the GT3 class. And you can already see we've lost one place into the first corner. We're now trying to kind of make that back, as it's very, very tight going through these first couple of corners. But unfortunately, we've been squeezed out, so we are now down into 5th place. There are 5 GTE runners. They'll be shooting off into the distance, and then 17 GT3s in the field. So we're coming now down into the right-hander, just looking to kind of gather ourselves as one car goes off to the right hand side, and getting ready for our first trip around the banked corners on lap 1. We get a decent line through that corner onto the long back banked corner, so we're in a good place to try and pick up the tow from the car in front. I'm really expecting a very close race here. There was about a 1/10 of a second between the top 4 in qualifying in the GT3 field, and so whisper it quietly, I've got hopes that we might be in contention, if not for a win, then certainly for a podium. We go through the bus stop for the first time, and we haven't got the best exit there because unfortunately we kind of got caught behind the Chevrolet ahead, so we're now having to kind of pull out of his slipstream a bit early. But if you look behind us, the AMG has got a fantastic run on both of us, so we're now 3 wide as we come around to finish lap 1, which is not a great place to be heading into what is a very tricky T1. So we're just going to come off the accelerator a little bit earlier. We're going to essentially sacrifice the place to the Mercedes, who is coming through there at a rate of knots. Not fight it too hard, tuck back in. And so after 1 lap, we're actually now down into 6th place. So never mind plans to move forward, we've actually dropped 2 spots early on. But it's a 15-minute race. We've got 12 minutes left. I'm confident that there are going to be opportunities to try and take some of those places back as we go, as long as I'm able to kind of stay in contact with the pack of cars ahead. The draft here, the kind of slipstream, is hugely powerful, so you need to really be within 6 to 7 tenths of the car ahead, and then you will start to kind of get the overspeed of them punching a hole in the air and you filling that pocket behind with less resistance. And we're well inside the draft here, so we're within 4 tenths of the car ahead, and you can already see there on the kind of graphic in the center of the screen, we are closing in fast. We're going to be absolutely alongside before we get into the bus stop chicane here, so this is going to present us with an opportunity. In fact, we just nudge ahead before the braking zone, take the inside line, we get through the bus stop nice and clean, and then we're out and we've gained that position back. The AMG does get a bit of a better release from the corner, but we're able to kind of close that off. He is going to sit in our draft now, so there is going to be a bit of back and forward, but I am close enough to the car ahead for him to be helping me out as well. Clearly then you can already see after just a couple of laps, there's going to be an element of strategy to this race about when you choose to make a move and when you don't. And can you break away from the cars behind in order to kind of break that tow? Into the first corner, we take a pretty defensive line, just close off that inside line to stop the Mercedes behind being able to retake that position, and we managed to do that pretty successfully. So we're now coming into lap 3. He's going to have another go back up our inside into the hairpin, but he gets that wrong. He makes a bit of contact. He's actually quite fortunate to hold it together as well as he did, and he rejoins just behind us. We now flip forward into later into lap 3. We've managed to keep relatively close to the Chevrolet ahead. We get a not bad run through the bus stop, not brilliant, a little bit tentative, so I'm just not 100% sure what he's going to do in terms of his braking and acceleration. But we're nicely now tucked in to the tow, coming round the final bank corner of the lap. We just unfortunately get a bit too close and we tap him from behind, which sort of stalls our momentum a bit, so we have to tuck back into the slipstream. We're then going to try and come around the outside into turn 1. It's never the easiest line, so we think better of it. We just kind of slow down, not going to try and go side by side with him, and instead think about an opportunity in this coming lap instead. You can see there's a Camaro behind us now who's actually got ahead of the AMG. As we come around into the hairpin, he loses it big time and spins around. So it's now back to having the AMG behind us. And we know that he has got some pace. So this is going to continue being a bit of a three-way battle for fourth place as we head now into the kind of middle section of this race. Luckily enough, despite the fact that we're fighting for position, we haven't really lost touch with the leaders. You can see there up ahead the three cars that are leading the GT3 class. So we're still well within contention of the podium places here as we come round once again onto the banked section of the track. We're well again within the slipstream of the car ahead. We're gonna easily be alongside for the bus stop, so we're gonna give this another go. We're gonna try and get to the inside if we can. He sticks to the normal racing line, so we are gonna get to the inside this time. Really pivotal moment in the race coming up here as we make this place stick, and then as we're coming through the back end of the bus stop, there's a big crash and two cars are out, and that puts us then up into second place. The guy behind us did then have a run, but I think he got a slow down penalty through the bus stop chicane for taking a bit of a shortcut, and that then gives us a bit of breathing space behind as well. So that section of corners couldn't really have gone better for us. We made the position up into fourth, and then third and second had a bit of a coming together, and then we get the benefit of having broken the toe to the car behind as well. So into the midpoint of the race, 7.5 minutes to go, and we're running in second place, and we can see the bumper of P1 just ahead. Unfortunately, over the course of the next lap or so, we couldn't really close in, and actually we drop out of the slipstream of the car ahead, and we're being pretty rapidly closed on by that AMG, who's now back in contention behind us. He's going to have a go down into T1. He's got the inside line. I actually think better of even defending that, because he just had such a huge overspeed on us. So we now took back into third place, and I'm going to have to think about how we get back ahead of the Mercedes ahead. We look to the inside very, very rapidly to just try and get back into second place immediately. Nice bit of racing, all clean, no contact, but he's of course got the cut back on us because we ran slightly deep into that corner. Brilliant racing, really, really enjoyable to kind of, the kind of cut and thrust between the cars, and not easy to kind of keep it clean into some of these corners. So really impressed with the kind of standard of racing and the etiquette on show as well. So we're in third place. We're going to come round again onto the banked section, and we just brake a little bit too heavy into that corner, and I'm now a bit worried that we're going to lose the slipstream. We just maintain about a 7/10 gap, so that is pretty lucky. If we dropped too much further out of the slipstream, we'd have been in trouble then. But you can see we've got a decent exit. We are again closing in the draft. We're going to not probably be alongside at the time of the bus stop, but we're going to be right on the back of the Mercedes as we head into the chicane, closing within 4/10 now. He brakes earlier than we do. We managed to kind of get a reasonable run through that corner. We are going to be in the slipstream heading into the start of the next lap. We just have to kind of keep it nice and steady as we go around this bank corner, keep in his slipstream, and he's getting a bit of a tow from the car in front as well. So no signs yet that the pack is going to kind of split up. Here we go, we're around the outside nice and early, actually before we even get to the start finish line. That's how powerful the tow is. We're well clear, and we're now going to try and take to the inside to just make sure that he can't get back past us. But he makes a big lunge and he taps us from behind. He loses the car, and bang, he hits the pit exit wall in a huge shunt, and that really is the end of his race. He'll have done big damage to his car then, and he's gone from potentially fighting for the lead to being out of the race. So a big shame for him then. He just couldn't get the car slowed down in time, lost it under braking, and then slammed it into the pit wall. Really, really big accident. In real life, I suspect we would have got a safety car out for that. We're now going to fast forward towards the end of the last lap of the race. Unfortunately, we just couldn't close the gap on the leader. He ended up pulling out a good couple of seconds on us, but we do come home in second place Such a good race, really enjoyable. Battles all the way through, lots of action, and we had genuine pace. To be finishing in second place, really pleased with that on the podium, and once again on the ranked services race room, just a really good standard of driving. The multi-class format works really well. Really enjoyed the GT3s around Daytona, a really good combination. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more race room and sim racing content. I'll see you next time.